Welcome to Pavan's podcast. Today, our guest is Joshua Singh. He's the founder of Society for Us. Society for Us is the space created for real conversations, meaningful connections, and positive change. Let's welcome him. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for sitting with us. Can you tell us what is Society for Us?
Yeah, Society for Us is a platform that's meant to break barriers, create change, and cultivate connection. We offer workshops, events, and video projects as well. And the whole point of this is to create a healthier and happier society. And we want to be a brand and a platform that serves as a catalyst for meaningful and lasting change in the community.
For sure. What kind of gap you were trying to address when you thought about creating Society for Us, and how did the idea come to life?
Absolutely. The idea came to life because in 2023, one of my childhood teammates that I played hockey with, he took his own life due to battles with mental health. And I gave one of the eulogies at his funeral. And after that, I actively began searching for ways that to eliminate those types of experiences from repeating. And I just felt that there was a gap in terms of collectivism. I thought the approach in our community was very individualistic at the time. So I wanted to do something that bridged mental health with collectivism and bring people together in one room, in one setting, to show them that even if it's not mental health they're facing, whatever battles or whatever adversity they may be facing, they're not the only ones, and that they have support from our platform as well as everyone else who shows up to the events.
So you said you do video projecting as well. What do you do in that?
Absolutely. We have a video project series called Society to Me. And Society to Me, the goal is to allow people to share their stories, share their voice about what they've went through, whether that's trauma, adversity, or whatever the case may be, but use that as a way to uplift the next person who sees it. And the video project is meant to serve as a light at the end of a tunnel and offer hope to anyone in need.
For the people who are hearing about Society for Us for the first time, who is it really meant for?
It's meant for everybody. It truly is. It's not meant for just solely one demographic or anything like that. It is a service that anyone and everyone is welcome to use and is encouraged to use. So not, as I said, not just encompassing of the South Asian community, but everyone.
Everyone, for sure. When we talk about mental health, people usually think that if you had traumatic event in your life or a loss of a loved one or something major happened, only then you affected mentally. But do you think that's true? Or anybody who's living a normal life, they're just doing the family responsibilities, every day going to work, coming home, do you think they could also be affected mentally?
Absolutely. No, mental health is it's something that impacts people very, very differently. And even if you go through the same things such as depression or anxiety in myself might look very different from what it looks like for you. So it can be caused by so many different things, and it can impact people very, very moderately or very severely. And I think it's something that a lot of people go through, but just either aren't comfortable or don't know how to share.
And how do you make sure that people who are not able to share the things, and you can create that environment for them? I think you talked about event-based approach.
Yeah.
Do you think event-based approach makes a safer environment for them to have that first mental health conversation?
Absolutely. No, we certainly pride ourselves in fostering an environment in our events that promotes psychological safety, meaning that people feel empowered and safe to speak up and speak out. But even if they don't feel like they want to voice what they're going through, just being able to listen to other voices in the room and to let them know that they're not alone.
Do these events help people recognize the first signs of stress and anxiety? And how do you make sure that people from all backgrounds and different colors have access to it?
Absolutely. Yeah, we talk about and we kind of run through sometimes what depression and anxiety look like, how you might deal with it in your own way in a professional and home life setting. And I think just providing audience members and attendees with the techniques and tools to do so is something that people have started to take note of. And I think that's helping our platform grow. And to make sure that this is an all-encompassing platform and brand, it's just outreach, getting our name out there, getting awareness about our services out there, and just showing people that we work with everyone. We want to work with everyone.
And how do you measure the success of these events?
That's a good question. For me, when you're hosting an event, when you're organizing an event, it's always stressful because you don't know how many people you're going to get there.
Yes.
And I remember at our first event, we had a lot of people come in like a bit later, 5-10 minutes later, and the room wasn't instantly full. And I just looked at my buddy and I said, even if we have 10 people here, if one person out of the 10 leaves this room feeling like we made an impact and had a positive impact on their life, then that's a success for me. So obviously wanting to make sure as many people feel like they got something out of it and they took some sort of meaning out of it. But yeah.
And you said you had people coming in even late.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very good point, that it doesn't have to be the quantity, but the quality.
Absolutely.
That even if one person gets the positive impact, that's a success for you. And was it mixed, or there were more people from South Asian community?
Our first two were definitely more people from the South Asian community, because those are obviously my roots. Those are I received a lot of support, and we received a lot of support from the South Asian community for the work we were doing, and people kind of wanted to find out who we were, what we were doing while we were still new, and yeah, they were very generous to donate their time and their support and see what we're about.
Yes, of course, because you want to have your roots stronger, right?
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Any challenges that you faced while hosting these events?
It's another good question. For me, and I think the biggest challenge is some people feel very, very comfortable and confident sharing their story. Other people don't feel that same way. So trying to make sure that those people who are sharing don't overshadow our other attendees. We want everyone, who doesn't matter if you're speaking or not, we want everyone to make sure that they feel safe, they feel heard, and they feel empowered at the end of the day. So a challenge for us is just trying to make sure we do that. We provide that. We offer a space and setting that promotes that.
Do you think people feel more comfortable in the events than the formal therapy settings?
I do, yeah. The approach behind the events for me was, especially as a man, I grew up playing hockey, definitely a masculine sport. You're not really supposed to talk about what you're going through mentally. You're just kind of taught to suck it up. And my approach was based off a bit of personal experience, where I think people don't always feel comfortable going down and talking about what they're going through in a one-on-one setting. So surrounding them with a group of people and embodying more of a collectivist theme is a safer way, in my opinion, and a more empowering way for people to realize that they're not alone.
For the event-based approach, do you think there are any long-term effects of this, or these are just for the awareness?
I hope there are long-term effects. I really do, and that's the ultimate goal. Each event serves as a stepping stone and the first step into each attendee taking something out of it and creating a happier and healthier lifestyle for them.
Every journey has those moments that you can never forget.
Yeah.
I know you started this journey from something that was traumatic for you.
Yeah.
But during this journey, was there any moment that will stay with you forever that you can never forget? It could be happy or sad in the moment.
Fortunately, we haven't really had any sad moments
That's good.
as of yet. But the most memorable moment for me was during our first event. One of the only people, I think actually the only person I didn't know who came, he came up to me after and just told me how impactful the content we discussed was on him, and how much he needed it, just because he was going through a pretty tough time. And for him to come up and seek me out after the event, not knowing me, it was a really memorable experience, because that's what we're trying to provide: educational, enjoyable, and memorable experiences that help people get through what they're going through.
I think moments like these are the ones that boost you up and you feel that you're really making impact.
They're very uplifting, for sure.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Yeah. What changes do you ultimately want with this event-based approach and society for us in the long term, in South Asian community and in the whole community around you?
Yeah, I want to keep doing these events. It's definitely not as easy when we're in school, just because that takes up most of our time. But put on more events, very diverse events, not just mental health and wellness based, but events that are guided and led by our community. If someone wants to take the rings and do an event and pick a topic that they want to talk about and they feel is important, I think that'd be something that we would be very happy to welcome. And it's just one of those things that, although I founded it, I really don't want to be seen as the face or the spokesperson. This is a community driven platform. It's a community driven brand. And I want as many people to be as part of it as possible.
For sure. When you say that you want variety of events for this, do you have anything else planned in your mind or anything else that you're thinking about?
Yeah, we're finalizing the details for our next event, Pursuit of Purpose, and that event it strays a little bit away from mental health, but the concept behind that event is to help people identify their true purpose and motivator in life and provide them with the tools and techniques to work towards it daily. So an event like that, and then honestly just leave it up to the community too, what they'd like to see and what they'd like to be a part of.
Yeah, I think also when people come for those events, and some of those people would be more comfortable for coming for the mental health,
Yeah.
right? And you also mentioned that you partnered with a law firm.
Yeah.
How do you think that would work in practice for mental health issues?
Yeah, absolutely. I think firms, you're very definitely long hours, especially law firms. So providing them with workshops that allow themselves to distance and create a separation between their work self and their personal self, because I think that's important. I think a lot of times in the professional setting, people possess the inability to not create and realize that separation, that you're a human being before you're a worker, whatever that may be, such as a lawyer.
According to your experience, where do you think people experience the stress most? Is it everyday life, doing the responsibilities in the family, or it's more at work, or the pressure from the society? Where could you pinpoint it, like where it is the most?
That's a good question. I think for me personally, because I don't want to speak on what anyone else feels, but for me personally, I think being South Asian, I think there's a lot of pressures that come with it, both from the immediate family you have as well as the South Asian community. And it's not anything negative whatsoever. There's just pressures to be successful. And I think that sometimes causes stress, especially for younger generations of South Asians.
Yes, I think, yeah, the competitions out there, the family pressure,
Yeah.
and I think for some people who are immigrants, it's also fitting in and blending in. So that's a
Absolutely.
lot of pressure
Yeah.
right there as well. For the events that you had last year, what kind of events you organized, and what activities you did?
Yeah, our first event was the Mental Health Awareness Night, and that was the collaborative event with the U of A last March. That event, we had a speaker panel, and we had about 55 to 65 attendees, I believe, and we just dissected mental health and anxiety, stress, and we really made it an interactive event. One of our co-hosts, Sunny Brar, he was walking up and down the auditorium, just bringing the mic to people and allowing them to share, asking them questions, allowing them to share their stories, and really allowing them to voice and kind of take the lead for the event. And then our speaker panel served as more of just a guider and a question answer.
For sure. I think kids were also part of it. There were activities for kids as well.
There were, I believe, the Monsic movement was there. They were involved. Breaking the Silence was there. Nova Psychology was there. So it was a good mix of people, ages, and backgrounds. We had, I think, some 11 and 12-year-olds, 16-year-olds, and then a lot of university students as well.
For sure. And so when you started, you named it Society by Singh,
Yeah.
but then you changed it to Society for Us.
Yeah.
Why did you think there was the need to change the name?
Absolutely. I felt growing up, I always wanted to have something named after me. It'd be
Sure.
cool, and it wasn't out of a need to fulfill my ego or anything like that. It was more so the fact that I could look back down the road and be proud of an initiative, a brand that I created. But as I saw more and more people reach out and ask questions about our platform, I felt like a better name that was more encompassing and more inclusive to all was Society for Us. It's a name that I feel is rooted in togetherness, and that's why I decided to go with that.
Did you think there was any impact on your success after changing the name, or no?
I
That
don't.
was just about for yourself.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any impact whatsoever. I think that people understood, people accepted it, and people actually embraced it. I think Society by Singh, it's a it's a nice nod in the past for sure, but we're very excited for the new chapter of Society for Us.
For sure. Is there anything that you want to say about mental health to the people listening to us, or to anybody that you want to address?
Absolutely. Mental health is a very big thing. I think it's certainly a taboo concept right now. I think a lot of people feel like they have to walk around on eggshells when talking about mental health, whether it's in themselves or someone that they know. But I think one of the things we've been taught is that it makes you strong if you don't if you keep things internally and just deal with them by yourself. But it is I think it's really important to talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a therapist. It can be a friend, a family member, whoever, about what you're going through and how you're feeling. And just it's okay to seek help, and it's actually a sign of strength.